Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Sunday, February the 22nd, 2026, and I am blessed and grateful this morning because I received the precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call, and I got to see another day here in beautiful, sunny, warm Tampa, Florida. And you woke up this morning with God's wake-up call, and you also got to see another day here on earth. I went to sleep last night being blessed for everything I've got, everything the good Lord has given me. I'm relatively healthy for a 50-year-old guy. I'm building a wonderful, fabulous business with Uber Eats here in Tampa, Florida. And I've got all the work I can handle, and I'm making fantastic money delivering food to people here in Tampa, Florida. I've got clothes to wear every day. I get to enjoy delicious food anytime, anywhere I want. And on top of all that, I'm able to set some money aside for my retirement with every check I get, every pay I get on Monday morning with the app, Uber Eats app. So I am blessed and grateful for everything the good Lord has given me. God has been good to me. God is great to me, always and always. Amen. I ended up buying a new cell phone yesterday. I've got a Galaxy A17 now. I'm on AT&T's prepaid plan. I'm certain that there was a problem with the cable because it was worn out, and the charger, the adapter that I plug into my car to charge my phone, both of those were going bad, but there was something wrong with my phone also. It apparently was going through periods of time where it wouldn't accept a charge, and it would, because when I replaced the cable, I took my phone into that guy at the AT&T store on Highwoods Preserve Parkway, and at the time it was accepting a charge. And so when he tested my new cable, and with his adapter, it was charging. Well, that's what led me to believe it was the adapter that was wrong, that was messed up with my whole charging equipment. So I replaced the charger. I ended up replacing the adapter and the cable, and for a while my phone was in a period of time my phone was still accepting a charge, so I thought my problems were solved. Well, yesterday, even with this new equipment, my phone stopped charging. So that's what led me to believe that my phone was getting old. And it is old. I had it for almost 5 years, between 4 and 5 years. So I got plenty of use out of that phone. I talked to one of the gas station attendants, the one that's actually by my camper at the Circle K. I said, how long do you normally go in between replacing your cell phone? And she said she wasn't sure, probably 3, 4, 5 years. She said, I've had this phone 3 years and it's starting to slow down on me. And I said, well, I've had this phone, the phone I just replaced, I had it almost 5 years. And she said, well, you got plenty of use out of it. And that's what the gal at the Walmart store said to me when I bought this new phone. I said, I've had this old phone between 4 and 5 years. Is that generally when you have to replace your phone? And she said, generally, yes, you generally will have to replace your phone after 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. It just depends on how easy you are with it. If you're gentle with your phone, it might last a little bit longer. If you're hard on your phone and you're dropping it all the time, you might have to replace it every 3 or 4 years. And that's me. I dropped this phone. I dropped that phone a lot, and I probably will drop this phone a lot. But I've got a rubber casing around it that fits it. It fits the rubber casing I took off of my old phone, and I've got it on this phone. And I even took off my old screen protector and put it on this phone. So hopefully this phone will last me 3 or 4 years like the other one did. I got to give kudos to the young lady at the Walmart store. She really hooked me up. My phone was almost dead. The bad phone was almost dead, but she managed to sign into my Google account and move things over to the new phone, and she helped me get it all set up. She didn't help me with that little chip, the SIM card. She didn't really help me with that. There was a guy in there that was doing the same thing as me, and he lent me his little key that helps you pull out the SIM card, and he actually let me keep his. He had a couple of them. So I've got a SIM card key that you can pull the SIM card out. Well, I switched that over, and my new I didn't have to change phone numbers or nothing. That's phone numbers on your SIM card. So I'm really happy with my new phone, and I'm happy I won't have to worry about charging issues for a while, hopefully. But this is the first video I'm recording on my new phone and my new camera that's in my phone, so we'll have to see how it goes. I've already got my YouTube Studio downloaded onto this phone. I downloaded Messenger. Facebook was already on the phone. There was something else I downloaded. Oh, I downloaded the SunPass app. So I've got all that established on this new phone and signed in. I still need to do the my car insurance app. That's not a rush. It's not a vital thing to have on my phone, but at some point in the future, I'll have to download my car insurance app and get that on here. And once I do that, it'll just be like I'll have my old phone back. So that, and Uber Eats, of course, I got the Uber Eats downloaded. I did that first thing, and surprisingly, it didn't interrupt much of my deliveries. All that took less than 2 hours to do. So I got a good bit of deliveries done. Surprisingly, I delivered right up until dark to try to make up for my 2 hour lapse in deliveries, but it seems to be working fine. And another thing that young lady did, she did something to my phone, and I think with Google, she all the messages, all my calendar's been updated. It's like I didn't lose my calendar or anything. I thought I would have to go in and put all the birth dates back into my calendar. All that's still in there. And when I deliver text messages, you know, when you start typing out a message, it knows what your old pattern of speech is, and it finishes the word, and it suggests the next word that you generally use after that word. All that's back in there into this new phone, and I know that was because of that young lady, whatever she did to my phone. So I really appreciate her. I did thank her, but I probably didn't thank her enough for all the work she did. I said, boy, she was doing all kinds of typing on my phone and the new phone and doing things back and forth. I said, you're like a wizard with these cell phones. And I did tell her that the guy at the AT&T store seemed like an idiot, and he didn't want to help me with this. I said, you're doing 10 times more than the AT&T associate was doing, and that's his job, you know. And I really congratulated her on her how proficient she was with cell phones. She was something else. Well, anyway, it's the time right now is 4:11 a.m. and according to that website, weather-atlas.com, the sun will rise today at 6:59 a.m. So we've got 2 hours and 48 minutes until the sun comes up, and the sun will set 11 hours and 27 minutes later, according to that website, weather-atlas.com. The sun will set this evening at 6:26 p.m. Another good reason, I just thought of it, I'm happy that I was able to keep my phone number, is because I don't have to get a hold of friends and family members, mostly family members. I've got one friend that I text frequently. He lives back in Texas. I used to work with him at Kroger's, but mostly family. I won't have to update them with a new phone number. And I won't have to fool with getting AT&T reestablished. My prepay plan with AT&T is set up, and I do all my payments. I get alerts that I've updated my payment with AT&T through text messages. I won't have to update any of that. So it's a relief that I get to keep my old phone number, and that my changing my phone over to this new phone went so smoothly. And I owe that young lady at the Walmart a huge debt of gratitude. So I've thanked you, but I thank you again so much, and I hope the world and God blesses you for being such a nice young person. Most young people I run into seem to be very short-tempered, rude, and not raised right. But she definitely had parents that loved her and raised her right. She had a good head on her shoulders. So not all young people are ignorant acting. She certainly was well-mannered and had a good head on her shoulders. I checked out I went to Powerball.com this morning, actually just a few minutes ago, to find out about the drawing that was held Saturday, the 21st of February. And the number that came in was 27, 28, 36, 48, 49, and the Powerball of 21. And it looks like no one hit the Powerball jackpot because it's going up tomorrow. The jackpot is up to over 203 million for the drawing that's going to be held the 23rd, Monday the 23rd of February. And I don't think I hit a single number. I'm going to look at my numbers right now. 27, 28, 36. No, I didn't hit a single number. I came close. I play 49 and 48 came in, but I didn't hit a single number. So I need to, before I leave this corner, this Circle K, I need to make sure I play my Powerball numbers for the drawing tomorrow night. I'm not going to comment much on my Uber Eats numbers. I didn't have a single person respond to the survey. Yesterday it was a really off day for me because of my cell phone issues, and I didn't remember to remind any of my customers because of my cell phone, and as a result of that I didn't get any responses back. So, but that's fine. I have more than 10 months to hit my goal of 700 upvotes in all of those metrics. I have the most to gain in my handoff score. My deliver with care is still at 662. Friendly is at 585. Quick delivery is at 575. Good communicator is 567. And perfect handoff is my area of most opportunity at 547. So I need 153 upvotes there. And all the other numbers are the same. Satisfaction is still at 99. Cancels is still at 1%. Acceptance is at 80%, and my on-time delivery slipped 1% down to 93%. But gas prices have continued to change at this Circle K. They're down another 4 cents. It dropped the day before. From Friday to Saturday it dropped, and now from Saturday to Sunday it's dropped again 4 more cents. It's at $2.79. So with Gas Buddy and AAA saying that the national price of gas is at $2.93 and the Florida state average is down 3 cents today to $2.89, this Circle K is better than the Florida state average by over 10 cents, and it's better than the national average by over 14 cents. In addition to checking out what the sunrise time and sunset time was on timeandweather-atlas.com, I wrote down what it had to say about today's weather, what weather I could expect. And it says, on Sunday, expect intermittent showers throughout the morning hours. It will be quite windy with gusts out of the northwest up to 20 miles an hour, with a high of 72 and a low of 45 going into Monday morning. And Meta AI, I asked Meta AI about the weather today, and this is how it responded. February 22nd looks like it will be a mix of rain and sunshine. Expect showers to end by midday, which is more or less what weather-atlas.com said about the rain, with a high around 72 and a evening low around 45, which is exactly what weather-atlas.com said. There's a 50% chance of precipitation. Winds will be out of the northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour. And then it went on to say, sounds like a pretty decent day to get some stuff done. Well, I've already gotten some stuff done this weekend. I got a lot done yesterday getting my phone changed out. So it's hopefully today can just be all about my video, eating breakfast, and getting some Uber Eats deliveries done. I got my rent paid. That's another thing I did yesterday. I went, and during my break, getting my phone figured out, I decided to stop at the bank and draw money out and go ahead and pay my rent. So I don't have to worry about March's rent. I'm all paid for the next nearly six weeks. I've got rent paid, so I don't have to worry about that for a good while. And then I went on to one more site for the weather. I went to the YouTube page Fox 13 Tampa Bay, where meteorologist Dave Osterberg was on there. He says Tampa has seen 8 days in a row of above average high temperatures this month in February. But that will end, he says, after Sunday's cold front passes through, where we'll have a broken line of rain that will mostly miss Tampa Bay. So he's predicting less rain in the Tampa Bay area than Meta AI and weather-atlas.com said. He said expect a high of 74 and a low of 65, which that low temperature cannot be correct. That was wrong on his part to say that. I'm expecting it to be around 74, but it's going to get quite colder than 65 here in Tampa Bay with that cold front. So I don't know what he was thinking or what weather model he was reading. It might have been a bad weather model that he read and he didn't realize what he was saying, but it's going to be quite colder than 65 today in Tampa, Florida. I nearly forgot about my ice. I did go in, I've been inside already, and I got my free cup of ice. I left plenty of room this time at the top for my can, and because it's Sunday, of course, I went with the green tea. I got this green tea flavor, Monster Rehab, Revive, Refresh, Recover. See that? Green tea. And I had cans in my car. I didn't realize they were rolling around, but when I was on break in between deliveries and fixing my phone, I kind of straightened out my car. And I had 3 cans of Monster drink in here that I didn't realize. So I've got more than enough cans to finish this month, and I've got cans for all of next month. So I don't need to buy any more Monster for more than 6 weeks now, nearly 6 weeks. I've got plenty of Monster drink in the camper to get me through all of March. And with today being the 22nd of February, and this can saying K2515, K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. So this can was made November the 15th of last year. So you've got December, January, and February, and 7 days. So this can is 7 days and 3 months old. So it's a very fresh can of its Monster Rehab. I'm gonna get it poured out. This is still my favorite flavor of all the 4 cans that are available here in Tampa Bay. They've got green tea, wild berry, tea and lemonade, and peach. And the green tea is my favorite of all the 4 that I've had. I'm gonna drink this down a little bit. I spilled a little bit there. I'm gonna have to wipe it up before it gets sticky. I got plenty of napkins. Here, I got it. Oh, that's good drink. I love their green tea flavor. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Well, as usual, I wrote down the deliveries I completed yesterday. I only had 10 trips and probably 12 or 13 customers from the looks of it. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I had more. 15, 16. I had 16 customers. 9 trips, not 10. 9 trips and 16 customers. So I was pretty busy considering I was down for nearly 2 hours and not doing deliveries. So I'm pleased with yesterday, and I made my earnings goal. So I made my goal. I'm going to make my goal for the week. I did fine yesterday. I'm going to make my earnings goal for the week. So, because today is going to be uninterrupted, I'm assuming. So, I'm very pleased with my results. Uber Eats app worked this week, and so I'm happy with that. I started out the day picking up order number 1 for Zed. Zed wanted El Jefe Cafe on East Bush Boulevard. Zed's fare was $2 and he tipped me $2.31, so I made $4.31 on Zed's El Cafe delivery. Then I went on to pick up a double for Justin and Gary for trip number 2. Justin and Gary's order was not ready when I went to pick it up, so I had a little bit of a wait there, and I talked to one of the clerks at the counter. And I was looking over their menu board while I was waiting on the food to be picked up. And they have good deals on their sausage, egg, and cheese croissants and their bacon, egg, and cheese croissants. I think they said 2 for $5 or 2 for $6, whatever it was. And their coffee, their senior coffee is 50 cents, 57 cents, I think they said. So I wouldn't if I started eating my breakfast there, I could spend about the same on my 2 breakfast sandwiches and coffee and not have to fool with those surveys I've been doing to get buy one get one free sandwiches at McDonald's. I didn't say all that to them, but I did comment on their the good deal they have on their sandwiches, and I asked them if they offer senior coffee there, and they said, yeah, we have senior coffee for 50, I think they said 57 cents or something like that. Might have been 60 cents, but it's still a good deal on their coffee. And they said, but why are you asking about senior coffee? You're not a senior. I said, I'm 50 years old, and that counts as a senior, doesn't it, for the drinks? And they said, well, you don't look 50. You look about 40 years old, 39, 40 years old. And I said, well, I really appreciate you saying that, but I am 50. I turned 50 last December. And they said, again, they both, there was 2 clerks there at that point, and they said, well, they both said, well, you certainly don't look 50 years old. I said, well, it really makes me feel good. I might have to start eating my breakfast here from now on instead of McDonald's, I told them. But anyway, after picking up Justin's and Gary's order, where they paid me a tip of $3.19 and their fare was $4.89, I made $8.08 on that delivery. Thank you, Justin and Gary, for the generous $3 tip, and thank you, Zed, for the $2.31 tip. I appreciate all 3 of you. I went on to pick up another double for Gina and April. This was trip number 3. Gina and April wanted Dunkin' Donuts at the Cypress Glen Lake location. Cypress Glen Lane location. They were generous. Gina and April tipped me $7.86, and I earned a fare of $3.69, so I made $11.55 on that trip. Thank you, April and Gina, for the generous, nearly $8 tip. Then I had another great delivery. Trip number 4 was a single for Andy. Andy wanted Paris Baguette on Preserve Park Lane. This was around the time I was replacing my phone. I think it was before that. It was between the Dunkin' and Paris Baguette order, because I was up at the Preserve Walk Lane at that AT&T store. So this is around the time I was replacing my phone and going to AT&T and Walmart. But after dropping off Andy's order, where he tipped me $9 and a penny, and I made $7.53. I made $16.54. That was a fantastic paying delivery. It was just a single. So thank you very much, Andy, for the generous over $9 tip. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the business, because I earned $7.53 for that as a fare for that delivery. Thank you so much, Andy, for that delivery and the tip you gave me there. That wasn't my best paying run, but it was among my highest paying runs of the day. Then after dropping off Andy's Paris Baguette order, I went on trip number 5 for Jay. Jay wanted McDonald's on Bruce B. Downs. Jay tipped me $1.36, and I made a fare of $3.73, so I made $5.09 on Jay's order. Thank you, Jay, for the delivery, business, and the tip of $1.36. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Jay. Then I had another single for Ken. This was trip number 7. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but it's spelled Tous, and then Les Jours. Lesjours. So Tous Les Jours on Florida Road. Ken give me a fare of $2, and he tipped me $2.87, so I made $4.87 on that trip. That place is on Florida Road 56. Then I had another single for Cam. This was trip number 7. Cam wanted First Watch on McRae Road. Cam was very generous and tipped me $6.30, and her fare was $2, so I made $8.30 on Cam's delivery. Thank you, Cam, for the very generous over $6 tip. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all the deliveries I completed yesterday. I need all the deliveries and business I can handle, especially recently with paying my rent and all the upkeep I've having to put on into my phones and keeping my phone running. So I really appreciate you, Cam, and I appreciate all the business I got yesterday and tips. Here goes a triple. This is trip number 8, was a triple. For Guy and Shay, they wanted Michi Ramen on Highwoods Preserve Parkway. And then Courtney wanted Wing House of Wesley Chapel on Post Oak Boulevard. Courtney, Guy, and Shay earned a fare of $9.05, and they were generous and decided to tip me $12.52 altogether, so $21.57 on that delivery. And that was my best paying run of the day, that triple, number 8. So thank you so much for the very generous, nearly $13 tip, Guy, Shay, and Courtney. I really appreciate you. Then I finished out the day with this. This is you got Ellen, Elaine, Melanie, Mary, and Sean. This is a quadruple. Number 9 was a quadruple. For Elaine and Melanie wanted Tropical Smoothie on State Road 54. And then Mary wanted El Pasta on Goldview Parkway. And then Sean wanted Cookie Plug on Wesley Grove. Sean, Mary, Melanie, and Elaine, they tipped me $11, and their fare was $8.88. So I made $21.88 on that delivery. So I was mistaken. That was my best paying run of the day. I had 2 great runs, but that was my best one, $21.88. So thank you so much for the very generous $11 tip, Elaine, Melanie, Sean, and Mary. I appreciate the 4 of you very much. I'm gonna get off this and on with my day. I hope you all have had a great weekend like I have. God bless you all. And I want to remind you that this life can bring a lot of struggles and a lot of hardship and grief and just small troubles and big troubles. But if you believe in God and trust in God and believe in the power of the Almighty and trust in His plan for you and trust that He put you in this time and place for a reason, for a purpose. He's got a purpose for you. If you believe in all that and trust in Him and pray to Him and bring your problems to Him, He will relieve you of the burdens that this life brings. Big problems and small problems. He cares. He loves you and He cares for you. If you believe in Him and trust in Him and pray to Him and talk to Him about your problems, He will relieve you of all these burdens. Just like He's relieved me of burdens I've had in my life. God loves you, and God will be there for you if you believe in Him and trust in Him. And pray to Him. He will help you out with your problems, big or small, like He's helped me with mine. God is good. God is great. Always and always. Amen. I'm going to sign off now. God bless you all, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.